皆さんこんばんは。アーティビストの黒部睦美です。皆さんは12月21日に公開した天然ガス火力発電所 LNG の目に見えない被害についてアメリカで取材してきた様子をお届けした動画見ていただけたでしょうか。見てもらえてたら嬉しいです。少し間が空いてしまったんですが、この続きを今日は皆さんにお届けしたいと思います。早速こちらのグラフをご覧ください。こちらのグラフは米国、アメリカの LNG 輸出事業への国別融資額ランキングを表しています。見ていただけると分かる通り、アメリカの金融機関の融資額の合計よりも日本の金融機関による融資額の合計の方が上回る結果になっています。そしてですね、もう一つ見ていただきたいグラフがありまして、こちらは個別の金融機関の融資額のランキングを示しているグラフになります。で、これを見ると分かるように、いわゆる日本で三大メガバンクと呼ばれている三菱 UFJ 銀行、みずほ銀行、三井住友銀行が上位を占める結果となっています。そして日本の公的金融機関である国際協力銀行も11位にランクインしています。このようにアメリカの天然ガス火力発電事業ではありますが、日本で暮らす多くの人のお金が関わっていると言えるじゃないかなというふうに思います。このアメリカの LNG 事業、現地の漁業関係者に大きな被害を与えていることが取材で分かりました。まず最初にご覧いただきたいのが LNG を建設するにあたってその周辺の港であったり河川の底に溜まっている土砂やヘドロを取り除かないといけないっていう作業があるんですね。でその作業をしたことによって、周辺で行っていた漁業に影響が出てしまっている、その被害の声を訴えている漁師の方へのインタビューです。
20 years ago,
20年前に
I sat with some officials on our drainage board, our water board, our police jurors, all of the basic officials of Cameron Parish to find out the ifs, ands, and buts of the LNG plants. I was assured that it would be okay, that we would not be bothered, that it would not hurt our fishing industry, it would not hurt our home. It's destroyed us. We crab for a living, but I'm 72, he's 81. He's been doing that for 50 years. We used to do the shrimping, the oystering, the fishing. We did everything at one time. We did everything. We lived on the waters. He still crabs at 81. They are fresh waters, but because of the dredging, turns your marshes into salt water.
Were there any compensation from the companies, energy companies?
No. No.
One specific says that LNG's claiming, yes, they're going to compensate us. One other specific says that they're not at fault.
Yeah.
Another specific is telling us to not hire an attorney. So we just get the ball just every way around.
Which companies are building these facilities here?
Wow. You have Louisiana LNG here. You have LNG there. You have Sempra. You have GP3 that's not built yet. Venture Global. And we have 3 more that are being permitted to float in the Gulf.
Venture Global is the one specifically about the dredging accident that just recently occurred where they're pumping in our marsh.
Right.
Yes.
July the 14th was when it was found, and it was not reported to us as individuals until August the 4th. So beyond that, no telling how long.
And they kept pumping.
And then we had a meeting on September 4th with the Cameron Parish Police Jury, and the senior vice president of Venture Global was at that meeting. And in that meeting, we were all there, and people spoke on our behalf. We asked him, so when did y'all find out about this? And he said, we just found out about it, and we're just now investigating it, is what he told us. But prior to him saying that, they had claimed that they had investigated it and found nothing, and that they were not at. We're commercial fishermen down here. We have been doing this for, he's been 6 years together on our own, but he's been doing this since he was a kid on shrimp boats and crab boats and all of that. I'm going to speak on behalf of the dredging situation that just occurred. They are calling this marsh recreation, and they're saying they are going to fill our marshes with this mud, and that it's going to be better than ever. But they
5 to 10 years down the road.
5 to 10 years down the road, but it's causing effects right now.
So they call this marsh
They're
recreation.
calling it marsh recreation is what they're calling this.
But they're filling the marshes up with mud, 3 feet high. So they built these levees inside the marsh, right? And they left big gaps open. And they claimed that was for water runoff, salt water runoff at that, into a freshwater marsh. And that being said, if you pump mud into a levee with a gap in it, the mud is going to go through the gap and go wherever it wants. It can't be contained. They don't have to worry about mud filling up the levee. It just, they could pump infinitely. I guess they assumed that we wouldn't figure that out. So everybody got pictures and videos of all this mud spilling out and going into the lake and out of the levees. So they ran back there and tried to fix it, close the levees up, and then claimed that there was never a spill. So they argued with us for almost a month that it didn't happen, but we had plenty of proof and evidence that it did happen.
We 100% do not think it was an accident. We think we know
Yeah,
they
it wasn't a
intentionally
breach.
left that levee open, and they were going to continue to do so. But like he said, we're on that water 5 to 6 days a week. So we noticed it, we caught it, and then we brought it to their attention, and now they're trying to say
It didn't happen.
It didn't
It was
happen.
an accident. The levees breached.
We
but
want
that's
to
not the case.
fix
They
it.
left it that way so the mud would go out.
yes.
It wasn't a breach. It
On
was
a breach, it'll blow one way. This was open both ways.
Yes.
And you can see where they put the machine back there to open it.
Can you elaborate about the damage because of this dredging?
The damage because of it.
Okay, so these marshes where they're filling this dredge mud is normally freshwater marshes. So not only are they pumping salty mud back there, they're stirring up all the sediment from the bottom of all the years and years of oil and whatever else comes from these plants goes down and sits on the bottom. They're pumping that up and sticking it in a marsh. Well, that's where all our baby crabs, all the baby shrimp, fish, and everything else all hatches and grows up before it comes out.
They go and put their larvae into our hatcheries, into our marshes,
Estuaries.
the eggs, into our estuaries. They go and put all of the babies in there, and then they grow up in there. It's a little bit safer in there, and then they come out for us to catch it. So with them pumping our marshes and calling it marsh recreation and pumping this full of the mud and the sludge and all of that, they're killing. First, they've killed everything that's in there. Secondly, where is our future sea life going to go to be raised and brought up? Changed. It's been really bad in the last 3 weeks to a month. It's really went down. But it's been going
long term.
down for years. It's been going down.
Ever
There
since,
was
all these LNG plants around
There was
here
one
gradually
refinery,
declined.
then there was 2 refineries, then there was 3 refineries, and now
And
there's
these ships
15,
they have
20.
coming in and out, the whole
we
estuary.
could coexist our commercial fishing industry along with the plant industry. We could coexist.
Could have, anyway.
We could have, but they are polluting all of our natural
Hatcheries.
waterways, land, everything. We could have coexisted, but now.
続いて同じく浚渫作業によって被害を受けているんですが、それだけではなくて、LNG を建設するにあたって漁業を行う場所を変えてほしいというように迫られている漁業関係者の方のインタビューをご覧いただきたいと思います。
So they have
the nets out. And they have to keep track of all of the places in the channel. Now tell me if I'm not explaining this right. Where their nets can get hung on something, junk in the bottom, ships that have sunk. If the nets get caught on that, it tears their nets, and then they have to fix it. So that's what this is showing.
Right here, that's actually a hang right there.
There's a hang right there, right here. Right here, that circle, that's a hang, what they call a hang. And it's where their nets can get hung up down at the bottom. So they have worked together, all the fishermen have worked together to chart all of the hangs in this whole area. So that's why when Venture Global says, go fish somewhere else, they have spent generations figuring out where the hangs are here so that they can fish without ruining their net. They can't just go to another place and start over with that. Yeah, this is
That's all the reefs that they covered up with mud right here.
all of those spots. Those are the oyster reefs that got covered up with mud. All of this.
Those oyster reefs are owned by some Christians or it's a
Public reefs.
Public. How did you first notice the dredging issue?
Well, a friend of mine, he crabbed and shrimp back there. Many of them used to work there, came with me and my brother. We growed up as kids together, and he called me and said, hey man, you know the Malawi's overrunning. He told me the 20th of August, he told us it was overrun. They just shut the pump down. This company right there, they shut the pump down for 16 days, day and night.
But it's
なんかめっちゃ出てるんで
huge plane.
検証されてない。
Very- all of that.
最後に1本目の動画に出られていた漁師のご家族に日本企業についてどう思うのかということをお聞きしました。ぜひ私たちが何をするべきなのか考えながら見ていただけたらなと思います。それではご覧ください。
So Japanese company called JERA, they have reached agreement with Venture Global that they will buy LNG from CP2. And they also have agreement with Commonwealth LNG. So JERA, a Japanese company. What do you
Okay.
think about these Japanese companies, Lisa?
What do we think of the Japanese companies?
We want our marshes to stop being destroyed. The little fishermen that we have left are here to stay. See, this isn't the first spill they've had, but fishermen have always spoke their mind, but now they're speaking louder. They want people to know what's going on. This isn't the first spill. You know, this is a heritage, okay? Like I said, we have generations of fishermen. And our kids and our grandkids, this is what we teach them, you know, it's our culture. So what are we supposed to do if we can't teach our younger people how to survive on their own? You know, our culture is going to disappear.
And as far as how we feel as far as the Japanese company coming in, y'all aren't tied in. Y'all have no idea how it has affected us here. And if y'all do decide to sign on or sponsor or however y'all would, we believe the damage is too far gone for what we know the damage is too far gone for what they have done already, and we have little hope of it getting restored because of everything that has happened. And
And they have plans of, building a lot more plants and pumping a lot more marshes full of mud.
We truly feel like they are trying to push out commercial fishermen from down here completely,
So they don't have to worry about it.
banish us, so they don't have to worry about us, so they can continue to make millions and millions of dollars and, do everything down here. We have the perfect
it's all
waterways.
business.
But we have the perfect waterways for commercial fishing.
This used
And
to
sea
be
life here
sportsman's
too.
paradise.
Primarily, we're here to save our marshes. And if y'all, what's left for our future, even if we have to take the shaft in where it gets bad for the next 15 to 20 years, we can start now, say y'all invest, and we can start now, and y'all listen to us, and we can work together and build back our ship channel, our rock, get some more fresh water back in here, fix our marshes and all of that. I mean, a lot of fishermen have little to no hope. I still have a little bit of hope for 20 years from now, for this to continue to be sportsman paradise and a fishing place.
It's okay because you're young. You can just go find another job. No, I can't go find another job. I've invested so many years into this.
And we need to
thinking
stand
that
up
this was
for
going to be
this.
my lifelong career. And here they come just walking all over and destroying it.
This is our heritage. This is our culture. It's a beautiful and a blessing of a life to be able to work in God's creation every day, and to catch the seafood and to eat the seafood. And like she said, LNG will not always be here. Life is going to move on. We grow in technology all the time, but seafood and God's creation, should always be here, right?
They're destroying
Should.
marshes that have been here for thousands of years.
Yeah. They don't go on this water every day. You see this dark skin on all these people? We're on this water all the time. We see it. We know what
They
it's
draw
about.
up these plans on paper, and then whenever they come out here and do it, it doesn't look like they say it's going to. They're just destroying everything.
And we invite everyone to come on our boats with us. Come look and see what we do. And not many come with us.
So please don't invest because you're destroying us. I mean, honestly, y'all, you're investing in a company that doesn't care about what's going on here. We're out here trying to make a living just like everybody else, and they just stomp on us.
They make it look good when they want to come in, and then after they get in and get their foot in the door, they forget about everybody.
Right.